team of geneticists have discovered that Limba men carry a DNA sequence that is distinctive to the Kohanim and Bedarachi set of Jewish priests. The New York Times said Sunday, the priests who are different from rabbis perform certain ritual roles. The Limba who practice circumcision.
They said the Limba, they practice circumcision. Why do they practice circumcision? Because the Lord had a law that all Israel had to be circumcised when they was 8 days old. And circumcision, by the way, was not just for Israel. If you go back and read the covenant that God made with Abraham and his seed, it was for everybody. He said even for the stranger as well. But then when he gave Moses the law, he said that the Israelite, he had to be circumcised when he was 8 days old. Go ahead and read on.
The Limba who practice circumcision keep 1 day a week holy.
And they keep 1 day a week holy just like we do here, and that is the 7th day. Go ahead and read on.
And avoid eating pork or pig like animals. Long have asserted they are of Jewish heritage, the Times said.
Now he said they've been telling people that they are Jews. They don't eat pork. Why they don't eat pork? Because the law said that in Leviticus chapter 11, not just Israel, but anybody that's going to be a servant of God, they was not to eat these unclean foods, and among them was the swine. So now he said these people, they don't eat it. Why they don't eat it? Because they read the Bible. Why do they think they're Israel? Because they read the Bible. Go ahead and read on.
The discovery of the common DNA sequences stem from the research into the Jewish tradition.
Go ahead.
That priests are of the descendants of Aaron.
Now, who is Aaron? That was Moses' brother, wasn't it? You know, I told you earlier that Moses was mistaken for an Egyptian, right? That meant that he had to look like an Egyptian then, right? And now we have the DNA that's saying that these people, genealogy goes back to Aaron, which was Moses' brother, out of the tribe of Levi. Go ahead and read what else is underlined and read.
The elder brother of Moses.
Ain't there some more underlined and read there?
No, that's it. The Limba from South Africa and Zimbabwe believe they were led out of Judea by a man named Buba.
But anyway, they said that they came out of Judea. Let's read another thing here now. Let's read something here about the Philistines. I didn't bring my encyclopedia that I really meant to bring, but we are going to read this. And this came out of Chicago Sun-Times in 1985. Start reading, read what's underlined there, and read what's underlined there, all the way down to right there. All right. Go ahead and read.
The Ethiopian Jews were discovered toward the end of the last century by a noted Jewish anthropologist.
Go ahead.
The late Jacques Fedorovich, but there was a controversy among scholars and Jewish theologians as to whether they were indeed Jews.
Go ahead.
A decade ago, the dispute was settled when Israel's chief rabbis ruled that the Falashas are Jews and therefore eligible for Israeli citizenship. A residual dispute is brewing here.
Now you reading just what's underlined and read there.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Which one here?
Yeah, right there.
By tradition, the Ethiopian Jews trace their ancestry to the First Temple period of King Solomon. They follow strictly Old Testament injunctions.
Go ahead.
Such as observing the Sabbath daily prayers.
Now he said they observe the Sabbath, then they do daily prayers. Go ahead and read.
And religious feasts.
And they do religious feasts like we do here. You know, the Passover, the unleavened bread, all of them days that God said his servants are supposed to keep. Israel, and not only Israel, but all of his servants. Go ahead and read on.
But observe no Jewish post-biblical celebrations such as Hanukkah.
Now they don't do none of that stuff. Did you finish that?
That's it.
Now, show you don't know how they look? This is how they look. This was taken as well from Chicago Sun-Times in 1985. This is how they look. You know, these people claiming they Jews. Then, you know, these are the people that's called Philistines. They said, you know, the people where they found them at was in Ethiopia. The Ethiopians was calling them Philistines or strangers. But they said, no, we are not that. We are Israelites. Just like these people here, they call us Negroes, and we said, no, we are not that. We are Israelites. Why do we say we are Israelites? Because all of the evidence says that we are Israelites. let's go now to Isaiah 44. And we're going to pick it up at verse 1. Isaiah 44, and we're going to pick it up at verse 1. 44 and 1. 44 and 1. Like this article was saying, and we didn't bother reading it, but it talk about African Jews here. You know, all these, and it covered a lot of different places where these Israelites had discovered that they are Israel. You know, it talked about the ones in Ethiopia. And it talks about the Limba here that we read about in another article. And it talks about others in other places that they had discovered that they are Israelites as well. The people that was in them lands, they called them by other names, but they're saying, no, we are Israel. How did they discover they Israel? They read the Bible. That's why they stopped eating pork. That is why they started keeping the Sabbath day. That's why they started keeping all them high days, because they read the Bible and they discovered they Israel. Israel got scattered. Didn't Jesus say they would be scattered everywhere? In all, he didn't just say among the Gentiles, but he said everywhere, didn't he? So that meant they were scattered in the land of Ham as well. You know, that's where Ethiopia is, in the land of Ham, isn't it? Now these people that's down there in Ethiopia, they are saying that we are Israelites. The Ethiopians down there, they said that y'all are Philistines. But they said, no, we ain't no Philistines. We are Israelites. So now you got all these people, they done discovered they Israel, and they've started to do things that God said for Israel to do. Show you what the Lord said what was going to happen with the Israelites when he poured out his spirit upon them, like he done poured out upon us. Start reading at Isaiah chapter 44 and began reading at verse 1. Go ahead and read.
Yet now hear, O Jacob, my servant, and Israel, whom I've chosen.
Go ahead.
Thus saith the Lord that made thee,
go ahead,
and formed thee from the womb, which will help thee. Fear not, O Jacob, my servant, and thou Jeshurun, whom I have chosen.
Go ahead.
For I will pour water upon him that is thirsty, and floods upon the dry ground.
He said, I'm going to pour water upon him that is thirsty, and floods upon the dry ground. Who is the dry ground? That is it. When them bones, all them bones that was the nation of Israel in the valley, he said they was very dry, wasn't it? He said, but now, he said them bones started to shake a little bit, and bones started coming to bone. But now he said, I'm going to pour water upon him that is thirsty, and floods that are up on dry ground. Go ahead and read on.
I will pour my spirit upon thy seed, and my blessing upon thine offspring.
He said, and what is this spirit that he's going to pour upon them? It is his word. And look at what's going to happen when the Lord pour his word upon these people. Go ahead and read on.
And they shall spring up as among the grass, as willows by the water courses.
Go ahead.
One shall say, I am the Lord, and another shall call himself by the name of Jacob.
Wait, he said one going to say I'm the Lord, and another going to call himself by the name of Jacob. You know, last year when I saw you, you was calling yourself John, because that is the name that you was given from birth. But now you done read the Bible, and you have discovered that you are Israel, and you can't be John no more. Now you got to have a Hebrew name. You got to have your Israelite name, so now you're going to call yourself Jacob. Then another said, well, since he called himself Jacob, I'm going to call myself by another name. Go ahead and read on.
And another shall subscribe with his hand unto the Lord.
And he said, then one going to subscribe with his hand unto the Lord. In other words, he done discovered he is Israel. Now he got to sit down and write some little article or something that's showing that he is Israel. You know, I wrote this article, we are the true Jews. Because the Bible said the true Jews had to be scattered into bondage. The Bible said the Jews looked like the Egyptians and all of that. So now he's going to describe with the hand. Go ahead and read on.
And surname himself by the name of Israel.
And then he's going to surname himself by the name of Israel. You used to be John Jones. Now all of a sudden you are Isaiah Israel. Why? Because you have discovered you're an Israelite and you can't be Isaiah Jones no more. Now you got to be Israel. But that's what the Lord said was going to happen when he poured out his spirit, didn't it? That's why you get, brother, some of them even go to the extent of having it done legally. But most of them, they just change their name. You know, I ain't going to call myself what my name was from birth. I'm going to call myself by the name Israel.